Oh, there we go. We got a few fish down there. Get that. There's a nice largie. What else we got? Let's do a little spin here. Looking like a good spot. Welcome back to AnglingBuzz Ice. I'm your host, Jake Wallace, and today we're going to look at a few different ways to find fish. Let's start by talking about underwater cameras. Now, the camera I use to search for fish is the AquaView Micro Revolution 5.0 Pro. Now, this compact camera has a 5-inch LCD screen. It's got a great HD picture, and what's really great about this camera is the retrieval system, right? So I can just spin this down here, and it's gonna show me what's down there, right? I'm looking for weeds, I'm looking for fish, I'm looking for bait. And when I check a hole, good, see what's down there, I can just wind her up, and move on to the next one. You're good to go. Now, it's just a great tool for scouting shallow fish in particular, right? Panfish, bass, they're really curious. They'll all come up and look at it. It's just a great tool to find shallow water fish. So that's what I'm using when I'm using underwater cameras. It's the Micro Revolution by AquaView. It's the 5.0 Pro. Now, another great way to find fish is 2D sonar. And 2D sonar's been around for a long time, but it's come a long ways. Right here on my Hummibird Helix 7, it has multiple different cone angles, multiple different interference rejection options. It's got multiple different zooms, and it's just a great tool for finding fish. And really what 2D sonar does is it shows you a cone directly below you. And if you want another video on how to really understand and read that, Mike Hayner and Jeremy Smith did an awesome job explaining how to read your 2D sonar, and I'll actually link that video here below. Now lastly, we're going to talk about the newest advancement in sonar in the fishing industry, and that's forward-facing sonar. Hummibird MEGA Live is a great tool for finding fish, and unlike 2D, where your cone angle is directly below you, forward-facing sonar looks out. So you're able to see different types of structure away from your hole, moving schools of fish, and it's a great tool for tracking down and searching and finding fish. And we're going to be joining James Lindner as he shares his preferred settings to get the clearest, crispest picture on Hummibird MEGA Live.
You know, one thing that's sort of interesting, because each one of these different sonar technologies are different, and realistically for MEGA Live, I actually have a recipe that works for me for this particular situation. I know a lot of the bass guys are really intrigued about this because guys use different settings and how they actually set up their unit. And let me show you what I got set here. Right now, on my particular unit, I have my sensitivity at 16%, contrast 17%, dynamic contrast balanced, forward range, I'm looking out 60 feet, so that means when I actually do a spin on my the transducer, I'm getting about 120-foot range all the way around me, if you know what I mean. I can extend that out, but I like that just in the fact that I can really have a really clear vision. I can identify the size structure of the fish, bait fish, etc. My downrange, what I do with my downrange, right now we happen to be in 23 feet of water, so what I have my downrange is at 25 foot, because what I want to do is maximize the space that I have in the water column on the screen. I have persistence off. I'm going with my MEGA Live color. There's a variety of different colors that you can go through based on what your preferences. I just happen to like this because you get this definition of hard to soft bottom with the green yellow type of look, green red yellow look. And then right now, and he says record MEGA Live, which I happen to be recording these different locations of where these are in different things that you see out on the water, which is really intriguing. You'll see right now, this is where we initially cut up when we first came out here, and the fish were all over right in this area, and now those fish are way out there. The fish, that whole school of fish, of hundreds of fish, are actually shifting around in these basins, and they do that all the time. That's one thing that's really, I've learned a lot using this unit, It's amazing on how all fish move underneath the ice. You'd think that the fish would be just sitting there. I'm talking catfish, perch, crappies, walleyes. It's just stunning on how much the fish move. That's one thing that you learn a tremendous about just fish nature with this type of technology.
Now we've got just a little bit over a week left here in the walleye season in Minnesota, and my go-to rod this year has been the St. Croix CCI iRaiser. Now it's a 38-inch rod, it's a medium power with an extra fast action, and it's just a great rod for fishing outside, right? I really like that 38-inch length because I'm able to get away from the hole. I can stand up if I want to. It's got a super sensitive tip, so you can detect those light bites even from those really lethargic midwinter walleyes. Now I used it on Lake Winnipeg to catch greenbacks. I've used it on Mille Lacs, leech, all around the state of Minnesota, over in Wisconsin. It's just been a great stick through and through. And on that note, hopefully you guys wrap up the season on a high note, catch some fish. Good luck and stay safe out on that ice.